What's in your emergency kit that most people wouldn't think to include? Hair tie. Never something you think of when rushing, but always something you search for when in an emergency and your long hair annoys you. A paper map and radio, earplugs and eye mask. Never know what kind of environment you'll have to sleep in. I'm not saying these are items people should include, but mine has a sleeve of Oreos and a box of crayons, a deck of cards. In an emergency situation, once the adrenaline and immediate threat is gone, you're gonna get fucking bored. Several large trash bags. In addition to pulling the old Boy Scout emergency poncho in case of rain and keeping the rest of my stuff dry, you can fill a couple full of leaves and use them as an emergency mattress. It's not going to be comfortable, but it will get you up off the ground, which will let you keep a lot of your body heat. If you're just laying on the bare ground and it's cold out, you're in the entire planet is a heat sink situation. They can also be used, with duct tape or paracord, to construct a rudimentary emergency shelter, and the super tough 55-gallon barrel liners are tough enough to make a hammock out of. Solar phone charger, hand crank powered radio, Swiss Army knife, a Silcock key. You see these spigots with no handle all over the place. These are potential sources of water. Having this small item in your bag may save your life. A deck of cards. In case I'm lost, I can play solitaire and eventually someone will come over to tell me to put the black queen on the red jack. Hopefully they'll also know where we are. On all my phones and computers, and any electronic device that can store and display files, is a folder containing the Wikipedia article, Distress Signal, which is basically a list of every conceivable radio frequency, signal pattern, flag sequence, etc. that can be used to call for help. I don't operate aircraft or marine radios often, so I would never remember which channel is guard emergency otherwise. Various survival manuals, including some specific to my area, edible plants, etc. A first aid manual, and some specific medical resources, e.g. emergency manuals on childbirth, anaphylaxis, heart attack, various ways to stop bleeding, etc. A list of possible ways to find water and render it safe for drinking. A hazard map of my surrounding area, showing which areas would do what during a flood, earthquake, tsunami, etc. A book called How to Invent Everything, which is a summary of a lot of the basic principles behind our technology, and how to improvise some of it, including some methods that might work to charge a phone if the solar panel that's in the kit stops working. The whole folder is less than 100 megabytes, which by today's standards is so small it fits on just about anything. I honestly think, given that all devices should just ship with such a folder on them. Imagine how much easier things like search and rescue would be if everybody's phone could tell them how to make them easier to find and communicate with. Panadol, oversized meatballs. In our earthquake kit I have a small bottle of vodka and a pack of cigarettes. I don't smoke, but some of my neighbors do, and I reckon that both cigs and alcohol will be a good item to barter with if I need other supplies after a big disaster. Fucking water. Have a backup supply of water. Lack of water will kill you in 3 days. Iodine pills. Like Narcan kit, it's provided by healthcare. Also, super glue. Great wound closure technique. I have a jar of sand that I stole from inside the Great Pyramids. If a mummy ever comes after me, I'm going to sprinkle it across a doorway so they can't cross the threshold. I have no idea if this will work, but it's one more option I have to try that others don't. A 400mm length of pipe that fits over my tire iron, in case I gotta change a flat and the tire shop supplied all the dug gas. Kitty litter. It's super good for de-icing and helping you get grip if your car's stuck. A Fender heavy guitar pick. They're cellulose. With just a little bit of prompting they'll burn readily, so help with starting fires. I find it hard to believe, but most people I know don't carry a lightweight tarp in their emergency bag. It's a shelter, water collector, hammock, and emergency stretcher.